Hi everybody, this is Anthony Hobbies and Creation. If you want to see more videos, hit that subscribe button. This video here is I'm going to show you guys how I put together facial masks. I've been doing a whole lot of these facial masks when the pandemic very first started. It slowed down because you could buy them out of every store you go in now. But if somebody requests a mask and with some type of fabric, I would pull out my sewing machine and make it for him. I'm making some for my son. He wanted plain colors, and I decided to go ahead and do a video on me putting together a facial mask. And I'm going to show you a few of them I already had made. These are ones I made almost a year ago because it's coming up a year for the pandemic. So this is a little boy's, and at the time you could buy fabric, but the interfacing and the elastic, you couldn't get it. It was hard to get. I looked up and I went out of town about 30 minutes from where I live to purchase some. So I had made the elastic I used was elastic. It was a headband, and it's the headband for ponytails. That's why I figure out that what I could use at the time to make masks. And this is a Spider-Man for a little boy. And you know headbands come in different colors. The ponytails come in different colors, so you could use color um, bands for your ear. And it's a Minnie Mouse, and Green Bay for a man, and this one right here is a plain red mask, and I cut out this off my silhouette machine. It says King of the Grill, and I iron it on. And basically, people request for me to iron on different things for them. I do that too. And go adult Spider-Man and a woman, red, white, and blue stars, and look, matching ponytail holder band. And it's another male one I made. I got the fabric out of Joann's, my Hobby Lobby, and Walmart. You can find fabric. And I wore this one right here for the 4th of July. Look, matching headband, ponytail holder. So I already cut them out. This right here, I know you see all the little holes in it and it rips up. I gotta print some more out and cut them, pad them out. So this is the main fabric pattern right here. So this is the one that goes on the front part of your face, and this the lining fabric. And what I do, I cut out the fabric, and I cut out the inner lining to go underneath the mask. So I need 2 of each one of these, and 1 of lining for the mask. Well, it'd be 2, cut out 2. So what I do here is I already did all that, and I take the main fabric and I take my interfacing and I put it, and I'm going to place 1 on each side, and then I'm going to pin it down. pins out, and I'm going to just pin it down so I can sew all this together. So it's pinned down, and when I sew it together, all this, so I'm gonna sew all around here. So all this around here, down here to right here. And when I sew it, I open it up, and you'll see how it look after I sew it. And oh, this is just another blue I'm gonna make for him. So I'm gonna go ahead and sew. I'm gonna go ahead and pin this one down to where I'm at it. We're gonna pin this down. Before I start showing, I want to show you my little steam iron I brought from Walmart. And it's a little small steam iron, which is good for little stuff like this, little crafts. And it's called Steam Fast, and they have a temperature control right here, and this right here is where you put your water at. And this right here is the press down level right here. So you hear the steam. It comes with a little book, and also it comes with a little cup so you can put the water in with it. This was $12.99 for this little iron. I love it because it's easy for me to iron instead of bringing my big iron out. I got it from Walmart. So let's swing the sewing machine around, and let's start sewing. So we're going to sew the fabric and the interfacing together on the front lining, the main fabric front together, and the lining together. So I sew this on I sew it on a 3/8 because I don't have to do too much cutting. So you're gonna put your pedal down. Let me get my pedal feet together because it's underneath my table here. Make sure that together so I can press on it. I took up sewing in school. That's where I very first started using a sewing machine in school, and it had the like a little pedal on the side of your thigh that you press for the sewing machine. I thought that was neat. But my uncle, I really learned from him. And when you sew, you wanna stop when you get to the needles, the sewing pins, and pull the sewing pins out. And you want to back stitch. Then go ahead and sew around. Take the pins out as you go. Stop, take a pin out. Go ahead and sew around. Time you come to a pin, just stop and take the pin out. And when you get to the end, you're going to back stitch. Then have a little cutting thing right here. You could cut your thread. Okay, let me turn this back around. Get my scissors and cut all the extra thread off. Cut all the extra thread off. And then what I'm going to do next, I'm going to just, you could trim this off right here. Or, well, I'm going to trim a little bit off because it's too much on it. So I'm going to trim around it a little bit. And next what I do is I cut little slits. Don't go all the way down because you don't want to cut all the way where the thread at, because you'll cut into that thread. So I just put little tiny slits, and I don't do them close. I spread them out. Oh, we're doing this. Okay. Show you how that. Let me turn that in. You can, I don't do it. You can do a top stitch on this in the front, but I don't top stitch. I just do a good press on this right here. I just do a good press. So let's go ahead and do the lining fabric. This is the lining. So this is going to go inside. So we're going to do this one on a 3/8 again. And back stitch. You're going to stop when you get to a sewing needle, a pin. Then you're going to go all the way around. Stop, pull it. Pin out. Sew all the way down and stop. You're going to back stitch. Okay, let's cut off a little extra fabric off on this. Cut all the thread off. Then I'm gonna trim a little bit of this off. Then I'm gonna cut the slits in it. Just small. Don't cut all the way to the thread. See how that is? So what I'm going to do is go ahead and take my pad and I'm going to go ahead and iron this down. And I like to fold mine over, then I iron it. So, and I top iron it. There you go. See how this little iron It's been sitting here for a while, so let me see. I'll have it on the steam. Yeah, here you go. You hear it? So let's go ahead and iron all this over. See, I'm ironing my seam over on one side. So when I get ready to pin it down, the two together. Okay. See, I give it a clean look. Okay. Now let's do this one. Iron this over on one side. Just iron it